If there's one thing Brazilian football never lacks, it's brilliant talents. And the Brazilian Championship is the fertile ground where these future stars flourish. Today, we're about to dive into the fascinating world of young Brazilian football talents. Get ready to discover the top 10 players under 23 who lit up the pitches in the last Brazilian Championship. So don't waste any more time. Come with us on this exciting journey and find out who these precious gems are that will soon be shining in stadiums around the globe. Here at Brazilian Talent, we dive deep into the pulsating heart of Brazilian football. Let's go! In the 10th position, we have Johnny, a promising footballer who, in 2023, ended his journey with International and headed to Europe. His destination, Real Betis, where he quickly secured a spot in the starting lineup for the Spanish team. Johnny is a complete midfielder, skilled both defensively and offensively. With a success rate of around 60% in duels, he excels both on the ground and in the air. His precise passing, especially his long balls, is a valuable asset for his team. Additionally, his finishing ability makes him a crucial piece in offensive plays. Not only talented on the field, Johnny also has an interesting international background. Holding dual nationality, American and Brazilian, he is already making an impact in the US national team, even at a young age. In our ranking climb, the talented left-back Lucas Piton, representing Vasco da Gama, stands out. Piton not only solidly fulfills his defensive role, but also excels in attack. He has emerged as the best fullback in the championship in terms of crossing, leading both in percentage and in the volume of accurate crosses. Lucas is so good at crossing that sometimes he doesn't even need to go to the byline to find his best positioned teammate. He can deliver excellent passes from the midfield. Lucas Piton is a key player in Vasco da Gama's offensive arsenal and has already attracted the interest of the Italian national team, which pre-called him during a FIFA date in 2023. With his Italian nationality, he becomes a highly coveted target for the upcoming European summer transfer window. In the 8th position of our ranking, there is a midfielder who has scored some fantastic goals, Mauricio. With 6 goals and 6 assists, Mauricio has been gaining prominence at International as the championship progresses. His main characteristics are finishing and passing, but his good mobility and dribbling ability make him a very interesting player. Mauricio has already been approached by some European clubs, as well as Brazilian clubs with greater investment, but International has managed to keep him so far. The player represents the Brazilian pre-Olympic national team and has scored important goals that will further increase his value. In 7th place, we have the first central striker, Marcos Leonardo. Despite playing for Santos, which was relegated, Marcos Leonardo stood out. So much so that he was sold to Benfica at the end of the season and was being considered for a call-up to the Brazilian national team. Marcos Leonardo is a natural finisher. His positioning is excellent, and his ability to finish with both feet and head makes him a lethal striker, even without being physically imposing. Marcos Leonardo is pure talent and could be an excellent acquisition for Benfica, already scoring 3 goals in the first 5 games in Portugal. If he makes the expected leap in his career, it's quite likely that he will be an athlete who spends little time in Portugal, seeking an even more competitive and challenging league. In the 6th position among the best under-23 players of the last Brazilian Championship, we have Gabriel Pec. Possessing an enviable physical ability, Gabriel Pec is a right winger who displays speed and finishing power. The Vasco da Gama athlete had his most prolific championship of his career in 2023, scoring 11 goals. Additionally, he provided 4 assists. Such numbers made him one of Vasco da Gama's biggest sales in history. The destination, Los Angeles Galaxy. Gabriel Pec is a player for the Brazilian under-23 national team and has everything to continue growing. An intense and decisive athlete who deserves the 6th position in the ranking. Opening the top 5 of the highlights under 23 from the last Brazilian Championship, we have Vitor Roque. Target of comparisons with legendary Brazilian forwards like Ronaldo, Vitor Roque is already a reality. His finishing ability, combined with speed and good positioning, make him a lethal attacker. The player who played for Atlético Paranaense would probably be higher in this ranking, but he got injured and missed almost the entire second half of the season. Before that, Vitor was fighting for the top scorer position in the competition and was having a great championship, which qualifies him for this position. The athlete scored 12 goals and ended his time with the Paraná team, moving to Barcelona, where he has already scored goals. If everything goes as expected, we may be witnessing the emergence of a great Brazilian star. In the 4th position, we see our first and only defender on the list, Beraldo. A defender who was 20 years old during the competition, showed all his talent by assuming the status of unanimity in Sao Paulo's defense. A player with a lot of technical quality, a lot of physical imposition, and excellent positioning. In fact, it doesn't even seem like he's only 20 years old. Beraldo is fast and very good at covering. Another excellent point is the player's passing, with surprising long balls and an excellent pass. Beraldo stood out so much that he has already been sold to Paris Saint-Germain. In fact, already taking a place in the starting defense of the French. Opening our podium, we have a great talent, Endrick, a midfielder for Fluminense. Endrick, who was the champion of the Copa Libertadores this year, also showed an excellent level in the Brazilian Championship. Endrick is a complete midfielder. In this championship, he led all the passing accuracy statistics and is the engine of the tricolour midfield. With great speed, precise marking, and excellent technical ability, Endrick is desired by many European clubs, and it will be difficult to keep him at Fluminense for long. The player is already a familiar face in the Brazilian national team, even starting in the last few games when Casemiro was absent. The future is bright for him. Endrick, a generational talent. That's how Endrick, second place in our ranking, is regarded in Brazil. For many, the greatest talent to emerge in the country since Neymar, Endrick had a masterful championship and was fundamental to Palmeiras' final push towards the title. His finishing ability is enviable for a 17-year-old. His explosiveness, speed, and technical refinement are surprising. Endrick had a great championship with 11 goals, but it's his ability to make decisive plays in difficult moments that catches the eye. He thrives in big games, and this became very clear in games like the anticipated final against Botafogo. Not for nothing, the young man is already sold to Real Madrid, where he will join next European summer. The award for the best under-23 player of the last Brazilian championship goes to Paulinho. The athlete from Atletico MG had a phenomenal year upon his return to Brazil. After a few years at Bayer Leverkusen, where he played little, he returned to Brazil and became the top scorer of the competition, leading Atletico to a spectacular surge in the second half of the season. Paulinho scored 20 goals and even managed to make it to the Brazilian national team. With great speed, explosiveness, and enviable finishing ability, Paulinho is one of the best forwards in the country, and he showed it in the year 2023. It wouldn't surprise us at all if he returned to Europe soon, as his quality is undeniable. And for you, who was the best player of the last Brazilian championship? Do you think someone was missing from the list? Do you disagree with any position? Comment below to interact. Finally, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Brazilian talent, the best of the best players in the world.